What up, G-Life fans? Your boy F Shadow coming at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Check out the playlist where I have all the videos in there. Folder makes the video you're looking for a lot easier. Now, what I wanted to talk about was actually answering one of my subscribers' question. He put if I could do a video explaining what dry snitching is. I'll talk about the whole snitching topic in general, but we'll start off with the dry snitching part. Dry snitching was a term that was used, when you're incarcerated. It's when individuals, like talk loudly about a scenario, that way to get the guards' attention. You know what I mean? Like you're burning the spot. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to go handle business, but you start talking loudly and start acting wild. Causing attention to yourself, so that way the guards could pretty much come and save your ass. You really didn't want to go back there and handle the funk, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you don't want to look like you were bitching out either, so you just put out this facade, you know what I mean? That way it looks like that you with the business and stuff like that. But if you were really with the business and you would have stayed quiet, gone, low pro, that way you guys could handle your business. But you didn't want to handle your business, that's why you were talking reckless and acting up and all that. That way the guards would come and save your ass, you know what I mean? Like Superman does to Lois Lane. That's a form of dry snitching. Also, it's like when fools used to snitch but don't give no names, right? They just talk about like the crime and all of that, but they don't burn into their fellow compadres, but they just burn out the whole entire scenario. They're pretty much guiding the hoorah down the right way, which in the end of the day is snitching. Yeah, either way, it's still the same. Out here, what they think dry snitching is, or what they use as dry snitching out here, is when people are how could I say, people are recording themselves doing crimes, but that's not dry snitching. That's legitly snitching on yourself. You know what I mean? You're legitly snitching. You know what I mean? But on yourself. But either way, you're still snitching. Now, if it's on yourself, it's on yourself. I mean, you're the idiot. You know what I mean? But if you're with your homies, I mean, yeah. If I was your homies, I mean, I would definitely have a, put a spot on your name, because, I mean, if it was for you, posting all the mama's, why, we ended up getting washed up. You get what I'm saying? And that's just legit facts. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if they were right there present, I mean, they should have told that homie to put his phone away and not record, to begin with, in general. You know what I mean? I mean, if I see a homie take out on the phone, I mean, my boy, we are not continuing, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be some issues. You know what I'm saying? But, a lot of people don't even know their California laws, you know what I mean? Look, if you're going to want to break the law, at least know your law, you know what I mean? At least know what you can say, what you can't say, what you can put up, what you can't put up, because a lot of people I know, they like to talk right here in the comments acting like they know their laws, like, fool, you're burning all these hoods, you're dry snitching, like, know your California laws, please, before you want to talk like you know what you're talking about. Actually educate yourself before speaking, please, because if not, trust me, I'm not the one that's looking foolish. You know what I mean? But anywho, but that's what dry snitching is. So it's a lot more different from what it is now. You know what I mean? Because now I guess it's just like if you're snitching on yourself, it's dry snitching. But that's not even dry snitching. That's full blown snitching. On yourself, but still, you know what I mean? I mean, if you snitch on yourself, you snitch on yourself. That's on you. But if you're with your homeboys, hey, at least think on their behalf. You know what I mean? Stop being so selfish. It's not all about you. Nah, but now what do I have? Why do I have a problem with snitching in general? Right? Because they were saying, if those weren't the rules that they force on you guys, would you give them a second chance and all that? No, I still wouldn't give them a second chance. Why wouldn't I give them a second chance? Because they say everyone deserves a second chance and stuff like that. Okay, if that is true, then the people that they snitched on, where's their second chance? You know what I mean? Where's their second chance? How come they don't get a second chance? How come this individual gets a second chance? Why? Because he actually admitted to his crime and turned a new leaf? Okay, let's put that into perspective. Why did he snitch on the crime? Was it not to get less time? Was it not to still get stuff in his favor? You know, people that snitch are the most narcissistic con men that there is in this game. You know what I mean? They do it still, you know, to gain something out of it. It's still all about them. It's still all about them. It's still trying to screw over everybody just to come out on top. You know, the con man game, you know, the narcissistic way. It's all about them and how could they get something out of it. You know what I mean? Because if they really felt bad about their crime, if they really, wanna feel some kind of remorse and sorry, all right, let them snitch, but still while serving the same amount of time as his fellow compadres and without piecing it, without receiving nothing for his information, nothing at all for his information. Do you think that they will do it? Do you think that they will still tell and feel this way if they receive nothing? Honestly answer that truthfully. Do you really believe? Just look at human behavior, look at patterns. You know what I mean? Just look at patterns in human behavior. I know we're all different and stuff like that, but just look at the patterns. Patterns don't lie. You know what I mean? Those are the facts, statistics. Can't go up against the statistics. You know damn well they wouldn't, my boy. They're only doing it because they're receiving something in return. So it's still all about them. They still haven't learned anything. They're still ego-driven. You know what I'm saying? They're the worst of the worst. You know what I'm saying? Because they only do it because they're trying to weasel their way out of it. It's still all about the conning, and it's still all about the game, the manipulation. It's still all about that. You know what I'm saying? I see the games that they play. You know, I study human behavior and psychology and all of that. You know what I mean? I know these type of individuals. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't like them. I don't like snitches. I think that they're the worst of the worst, you know, next to pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still all about them. You know what I mean? They try to screw over everybody, but try to make it seem like they're somehow the hero in the story, like there was some kind of remorse and redemption, and that there's some kind of like good law-abiding citizen and that turned over a new leaf, when in reality he's laughing because he's out here and they're in there, and he pretty much got away with the crime. You know what I mean? In a sense, you get what I'm saying? You know, he thinks he still won. You know what I mean? Because, you know, someone that's a narcissist refuses to lose in anything, in an argument, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Shit, they'll full-blown make up stories and lie if they have to. I mean, look at Donald Trump. I mean, he fucking drew with a Sharpie that a hurricane hit somewhere where it didn't even hit. They will never admit their mistakes, bro. They still, of course, they're going to blame the organizations. Of course, they're going to blame their gangs and drugs. And, of course, they're going to blame this and that instead of blaming the person that's standing on the other side of the mirror. You know what I mean? And, yeah, from time after time, you'll get one that says that, you know, they'll say it like this, like it's partially my fault. Or yeah, I have some blame to it. Some, maybe, a little, partially. Some percent. No, it was all you, my boy. Not slightly, not maybe, not some. It was all you, my boy. You know what I mean? The gang didn't go into your fucking house and drag you out and jump you in. The gang didn't drag you into the fucking car and send you to go do the thing. You did all of that willingly, my boy. You willingly participated in it. You willingly did everything willingly. And when you get caught, nah, well, I don't want to lose. I hate losing. So what? What's in it for me? If I give up this info, what do I get in return? Oh, of course, yeah. It's still the me game, huh? But then people wonder why I have a problem with snitches. You know what I mean? And saying, why don't I give them a second chance? Another one? Shit. That motherfucker should have been rotting, but okay, I guess. You know? Like, okay, then give a second chance to the fools that did the crime too. Then, since we're giving away second chances, then. Yeah, at your own convenience, huh? At your own benefit, you guys want to throw that into the arguments, huh? Yeah, trust me, hey. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of things that I still do now that I need to improve on. I'm not perfect, far from it, and all of that. But I'm pretty sharp. You know what I mean? Not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm pretty sharp. You know what I mean? I see when people are trying to play these games and they want to use arguments in their own self benefits or whenever it's convenient for them and stuff like that. But let's look at it for what it really is. Are you willing to turn the other cheek just because something positive is coming out of this, but the person that's promoting the message is a foul individual? You know what I mean? Then that's no different from what the priests were doing, knowing damn well that the priest was molesting kids. But since he's preaching the word of God and doing something good, they're going to turn the other cheek. Do you think that that's fine? Because the outcome at the end is positive? That you're able to overlook these events that are happening, right in front of you? There's nothing wrong with that? You know what I mean? Yes. I think in this world there should be unity. I think this world should have peace and all of that. But at the same time, it has to come from the right individuals. It can't be coming from individuals that are con men, that are narcissists, that have done, shady, shisty, and in some cases, disgusting and sick moves. You know what I mean? What if somebody was promoting out there, doing rallies for all humanity and for us to be one in unity and everything like that, but the guy was a pedophile, a molester, a woman beater? Would you guys be fine with that guy pushing the message? No, you wouldn't, right? Okay. Entonces, and I know people can say, well, that's different compared to somebody that threw rat or whatever. Yes, but it's always about them. It's about them dominating, about them being on top and laughing their asses off. That's what it's about. It's about the character. Not about the, each individual's, specific crime or whatever. We're talking about their characters. You get what I'm saying? That's just how, because you could have like psychopaths that are murderers, and then you could have some psychopaths that are not murderers, but they're like shady ass CEOs or bosses and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They're not all like serial killers. You know what I mean? So there's different types of characters that share, characteristics. You know what I mean? Like psychopathic tendencies or narcissistic tendencies, or sociopath tendencies. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you know what I mean? Don't want to dive so much into it, but that's why I have a problem with it. That's why I see the issue, and why I don't like snitches, and why I don't associate myself with them. People could associate themselves. I'm talking about me. This is about me. This is not about nobody else. As a matter of fact, let me put this out because people get this confused. This is not about no channel or no specific YouTuber or nobody like that. I was asked a question about, how do I feel about snitches and what's my view on it. And these are my honest thoughts without having I'm not like the rest of, YouTube and stuff like that where, just because I'm talking about a subject, is because it's about somebody in specific. You know what I mean? I'm just answering the damn question. People dive way too much into my videos. Like I said, I have music going on. I have so many videos and backed up in it. I have no time to be thinking about these other channels and what the hell they're doing. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, when I don't mess with somebody, I don't secretly watch their videos. I don't even think about them at all. That's just how I was programmed. If you don't mess with somebody, you don't mess with them, not even in secrecy or when you're alone, or no, you just don't mess with them in general. That's just the way I'm programmed. I know it's hard to, like, oh my God, could a person like that actually really exist? Well, I guess so. I was raised a screw up, I guess. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have 9 family members, from my neighborhood that, raised me to think a certain way and be a certain way. That's just the way I am, I guess. That's the way I'm programmed. What you want? You know what I mean? Anywho, so it's not about no specific channels or nothing like that or whatever. I'm just answering the question. But that's why I don't associate myself with them, why I don't like them, and all that. Okay? Meaning that doesn't mean that everyone has to follow my ways or see it in my point of view, but maybe that way, get an understanding of why I and maybe some other individuals out there, why we have a problem with it and why we see it the way we see it and stuff like that. It's just providing understanding. I'm not saying you have to like it or anything like that, and just like, giving you an intel into our mentality. But I'm just saying, Shadow, we out.